Hi everyone. This is a Gravity Propel video. I've had a few people ask about the Gravity Propel can that we've been selling, and I thought it would be a good idea to do a video to kind of show everybody a little bit more about it. Here's the box that it'll come in. If you get one in the US, it'll come in one of these boxes. If you get one overseas, it'll probably come in a bag and a header card, just to save on some shipping costs overseas. But if you take it out, it's going to look a lot like this, and it comes with a bag with some extra goodies in it, an extra rebuild kit, 4 straws and 6 nozzles, and that way you'll be set up. You'll be set up for a while. You won't have to do anything to it. We'll put that aside though, because first and foremost, I want everybody to read the instructions. There's 3 instruction sheet. This is just kind of a general. This is the instructions as to how to fill it and everything, and this is the warning labels as to what you don't want to put inside of it and things like that. The main thing: don't take the cap off when it's charged. Always expel the charge, which you can do. After you get it filled up and you get it set up. This is the main safety concern for me is always push in on the filler valve there to discharge the air, or turn it upside down and spray it upside down, and that'll discharge the air before you take the cap off. So that's the biggest thing I want to stress in safety. Now we'll get to the unit here. Basically, all the stuff that comes in the bag. First things first, the nozzle. It's a little bit of a tight fit on here, just because we want you to be able to take it off and put it on as many times as you would need to. So you're going to want to push pretty firm to get the spray nozzle on there. Second of all, the spray tubes. Comes with 4 of these. You may consider cutting it in half. It actually does make a very slight difference with the shorter tube. It gives it a little more oomph, and so I use a little shorty one on mine, not the full one. And then the rebuildable aspect, everything's replaceable. So you got your cap, then you have the upper aluminum cap here, which kind of holds the whole sprayer valve down on it, which all this stuff you can buy separately. Sell rebuild kits. I think a rebuild kit is like $3 for which a rebuild kit comes with one of these and 2 more spray nozzles and things. And this is the first thing that will go out in the sprayer if anything ever does. But I've been on my same sprayer valve since we started carrying the Propel. So I think it'll be good with that. This is what I call the middle section, or the plastic neck, and so basically it's one single 2 threads, and this is where you put the air. This is the standard car tire, bicycle tire filler valve. So that's that. This whole assembly gets sold in one unit. I just keep it simple so there's not a lot of part numbers. And then you have your can, which is pretty straightforward here. So to put it back together, we're just going to put the plastic neck and filler valve here. Drop the cap on, push that in, and there you go. Now you got it all back together. Now to fill it, I will normally take off the entire plastic neck and just fill it this way. This can holds about 15 ounces of fluid. I recommend doing 8-ounce fill, which leaves plenty of room for air when you charge it. So I would fill it, like for me, I use denatured alcohol. I feel that it's the best thing to use. I'll throw 8 ounces of denatured alcohol in the can, so it fills it up to, over halfway, something like that, right about there. And that way you're leaving plenty of room for air and the air to expand and not lose a lot of pressure as it expands. If you fill it really full, then it's going to have good oomph for a little while, but as the liquid gets down, even to like right here, your PSI is going to be losing. You'll be losing PSI at a greater rate. So that's what I do. You fill it up 8 ounces, and then then put the cap on. And what you do is you go to your standard air hose. Recommended is 100 psi. You can go up to 200 psi safely. In testing, it won't blow up until 600 psi, but we only recommend 200 psi, a safe fill, which 100 psi is plenty for what you're doing. I have mine here at the office that I've been using, and this had 100 psi put in it 3 weeks ago. There was a 3/4 fill with denatured alcohol, 100 psi for 3 weeks, and we'll see if I can turn around and spray something here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's spraying. It's spraying close to 10 feet across my office here, so it's still not bad. Trying to think of what else would be information. If you're going to clean plastics and things where the evaporation rate isn't really desired, you can use Simple Green and water. It's a very friendly chemical. You can go buy a gallon of Simple Green pretty cheap and cut it with water. That way you can, plastic parts and things like that where you don't need evaporation. The denatured alcohol, the reason why I use it is because it does evaporate pretty quickly. It doesn't evaporate quite as fast as motor sprays out there or hexane or some of the chemicals that are used in motor spray, but it's very similar in evaporation or close to it. So certainly enough to do metal parts, bearings, things like that, where otherwise you might be worried about condensation or something getting stuck inside. So that's pretty much what I recommend. I haven't felt the need yet to use any chemical but denatured alcohol or Simple Green, and I've just been using denatured alcohol because it's kind of an all-around good thing. It cuts through grease pretty well, or things like that. So yeah, I think that's it. But thanks for your time, and check one out, see if you like it. Appreciate it. Bye bye.